misplacement of priority by Nigeria's president and commander-in-chief.
What if the greatest threat to Nigeria's survival is not the bandits in the northwest, nor the economic inflation choking the naira?
A country that is as troubled as Nigeria, that is fighting an internal warfare.
What if the real danger is a silently orchestrated political chess move happening right across our western border? On the 1st of June 2026, a highly unusual event took place in Lagos. The newly inaugurated president of the Benin Republic, Romuald Wadagni, landed in Nigeria. He did not head to the capital city of Abuja for an official state reception. Instead, he was driven straight to the private Ikoyi residence of President Bola Tinubu. The two leaders entered a room, closed the door, and emerged exactly 30 minutes later. No journalists were allowed inside. No official communiques were released detailing what was said. The public was told it was a standard courtesy visit following Wadagni's swearing in on May 24, 2026. But in the dark world of international geopolitics, nothing is standard. A 49-year-old brilliant economist and elite technocrat who ran Benin's finances for 10 whole years under the iron-fisted Patrice Talon has just seized absolute power with a staggering 94% of the votes. To the casual observer, this is just a peaceful transition of civilian power next door. But if you look deeper into classified movements along the semi-crack border, the real narrative emerges. The new government in Cotonou is not just a neighbor. It is the perfect Trojan horse engineered by foreign intelligence agencies to encircle, control, and ultimately destabilize the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And I've always asked this question: when you say you're building infrastructure and the people are languishing under poverty, you begin to wonder, what infrastructure are you really building?
Before we continue, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I think it's important that we are very clear of who we vote in, because I believe that we've seen an example of the fact that if we, the people, are willing, we can really change the situation. For instance, what happened in Lagos.
You may wonder why Romuald Wadagni is a threat today in June 2026. To answer that, we must go back to the terrifying events of late 2024 and late 2025 that the mainstream media quickly buried. For a decade, the Republic was ruled by Patrice Talon, a billionaire cartoon tycoon who gradually and systematically choked out the country's democratic space. As Talon's second term neared its end, a violent internal war broke out among Benin's ruling elite. On September 24, 2024, the nation woke up to a shocking announcement from the state prosecutor. A massive coup d'etat had been thwarted just 48 hours before it was set to execute. The men arrested were not rogue soldiers, they were the ultimate insiders. Olivier Boko, a billionaire businessman and Patrice Talon's closest friend and right-hand man, was intercepted alongside Oswald Onki, the former sports minister. Onki was caught red-handed handing over 6 heavy bags of cash to Colonel Jimo Dodone Tebojire, the commander of the Republican Guard, who was personally responsible for the president's life. The coup failed, and by January 2025, Boko and Onki were sentenced to 20 years in prison. But the shadow network behind them did not die. In December 2025, a second highly coordinated military takeover attempted to reach the presidential residence in Port Novo. Soldiers loyal to the establishment narrowly foiled it again. The global powers pulling the strings realized that Benin was about to fracture into chaos, much like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. They could not let Benin fall to a military junta. Why? Because Benin is the soft underbelly of Nigeria. Enter Romuald Wadagni. He was intentionally positioned as the ultimate compromise candidate. On April 12, 2026, an election was held where all major opposition choices were completely stripped away. Wadagni coasted to a manufactured 94% landslide victory. He is a man thoroughly trained by Western financial corporations like Deloitte. He is a master technocrat who knows how to weaponize economic policies. And his 7-year mandate was locked in through a quiet constitutional reform passed in November 2025. Now, let us connect the dots to Nigeria. Why does a puppet regime in Cotonou pose an existential threat to the giants of Africa? The answer lies in the shifting military maps of the West African sub-region. Right now, the alliance of Sahel states, comprising Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, have severe ties with ECOWAS. They have expelled Western military bases and allied with Eastern Bloc powers. Nigeria, under the leadership of Tinubu, has stood firmly as the pro-Western bulwark of ECOWAS, creating a highly volatile geopolitical standoff. Look closely at who attended Wadagni's inauguration on May 24. High-level delegations from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger were seated right there in Cotonou. Even Niger's prime minister made a surprise appearance, signaling a sudden, highly suspicious style in relations between Benin and the Sahel juntas. This is where the story turns deadly. For months, northern Nigeria has been terrorized by a mysterious, heavily armed hybrid insurgent group known as Lakurawa. infiltrating from the borders of Niger. The Nigerian military has been working around the clock to contain this threat along the northern border. With Wadagni now opening his arm to the Sahel states under the guise of regional dialogue, Benin has become a geopolitical double agent. Foreign intelligence agencies now have a direct pipeline. They can channel intelligence, logistics, and resources through Benin's northern territories directly into Nigeria's vulnerable western flank, crossing into states like Kebbi, Kwara, and Oyo. While Nigeria looks north to fight Lakurawa and guard its border with Niger, the real tactical vulnerability is being built on the west. Romuald Wadagni's smooth, charming, diplomatic posture is designed to put Nigeria's defense intelligence to sleep. While our leaders celebrate a peaceful civilian transition next door, the infrastructure for a total encirclement of Nigeria is being quietly finalized. The threat is not merely kinetic and military, it is deeply financial. Romuald Wadagni is, first and foremost, a financial mastermind. He served as Benin's Minister of Economy and Finance for a straight decade. He knows exactly where Nigeria's economic veins are buried. For decades, the informal trade route between Cotonou and Lagos has been the lifeblood of millions of Nigerians, but it has also been a massive vulnerability. Massive amounts of contraband, unregistered weapons, and subsidized Nigerian fuel are flowed fluidly across those borders. Under the guise of the new agreement discussed in Lagos, Wadagni is aggressively pushing for the total financial integration of payment system between Benin and Nigeria alongside the highly restrictive harmonization of custom regulations. On the surface, this sounds like progressive economic integration. In reality, it is a digital enclosure. Benin's heavily foreign-backed Lojigbe industrial zone has experienced an explosion in growth, explicitly targeting Nigerian investors and diverting crucial manufacturing capital out of Nigeria. By formalizing and digitizing every single cross-border transaction through the newly pushed digital payment links, the Beninese government is gaining unprecedented visibility into the financial networks of Nigeria's informal economy. If Nigeria's relationship with its neighbors soars further, the administration in Cotonou holds a massive economic kill switch. They can instantly choke off consumer goods, manipulate supply chains, and trigger artificial shortages in the markets of Lagos and Ibadan within hours. This is economic warfare disguised as trade facilitation. In conclusion, the 30 minutes closed-door meeting in Ikoyi was not a victory for Nigerian diplomacy. It was a briefing. Romuald Wadagni represents a dangerous new breed of African leadership. Young, highly educated, intensely technocratic, and deeply embedded within global elite banking networks. He has successfully pacified a nation that survived 2 chaotic coup attempts within 2 years. He has united the political factions inside Benin, charmed the aggressive Sahel juntas, and walked straight into the private residence of the Nigerian president to dictate the new terms of West African survival. Nigeria is playing a 19th century game of military defense, while our closest neighbor is executing a 21st century strategy of hybrid control. If our intelligence agencies do not look past the smiles and the handshakes, we wake up to find our economy, our borders, and our security completely compromised from within. What do you think really happened during that 30-minute closed-door meeting in Lagos? Is the Benin Republic becoming a puppet state for forces trying to bring down Nigeria? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. Do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Share this video with every Nigerian who needs to wake up to the truth before it is too late. See you in the next dive. Bye for now.